Deputy Public Defender Oscar B. Rowe here with a lesson on police use of force. The case that defines police use of force is Tennessee v. Gardner, 471 U.S. 1, 1985. Police officers' use of deadly force against unarmed suspects is an intensely debated issue today, but the courts have been contending with this issue for decades. In the case of Tennessee v. Gardner, the Supreme Court first addressed the question of whether such deadly force violates the Fourth Amendment. Edward Gardner, who was 15 years old and around 5 feet 5 inches tall, burglarized another person's home at night. A neighbor called Memphis police officers to report the burglary. One of the officers went to the backyard and saw Gardner run from the back door to the fence. The officer ordered Gardner to stop, but Gardner started to climb the fence to escape. Despite not seeing a weapon on Gardner, the officer fatally shot Gardner. A Tennessee statute authorized the use of force, stating, if, after notice of the intention to arrest the defendant, either flees or forcibly resists, the officer may use all necessary means to effect the arrest. The Memphis Police Department specifically had trained its officers that they could shoot a fleeing burglar who refused an officer's command to stop. Gardner's father filed a civil rights lawsuit against the officer, the city of Memphis, and its police chief and mayor, seeking money damages. The elder Gardner alleged that the officer, who acted pursuant to departmental policy, violated the Fourth Amendment by fatally shooting the younger Gardner when he posed no threat to the officer or the public. A federal district judge dismissed the lawsuit against all defendants, holding that the officer, who acted consistently with the Tennessee statute, didn't violate the Fourth Amendment. On appeal, the United States Court of Appeals for the Sixth Circuit reversed, holding that the Tennessee statute failed to limit the use of deadly force to serious felonies. The city appealed, and the case was heard by the United States Supreme Court. In a 6-3 opinion, it agreed with the Sixth Circuit 13 that the Tennessee statute was unconstitutional. The court noted that under common law, most felonies could be punished by death, and the difference between felonies and misdemeanors was relatively large. However, under modern United States law, this was no longer the case. In addition, the common law rule existed before most police officers carried handguns. The court held that officers cannot use deadly force to prevent escape unless the officer has probable cause to believe that the suspect poses a significant threat of death or serious physical injury to the officer or others. A subsequent case, Graham v. Connor, further clarified the use of deadly force, and we will cover that in another lesson. I'm Deputy Public Defender Oscar B. Rowe, and that is our lesson for today.